Alright guys, so we got our first snow, and it is a wet, bad motor scooter. There's tree branches that are broke all over. You can see the way that this thing's doing its thing. And I am off to do a fire video with a ferro rod. It rained for about 20, I don't know, it started raining night before last, rained all day yesterday, and then it rained, or turned to snow about 10 o'clock last night. So I will keep you updated as I go. This is all natural. Later. Alright, so right now I am in the tinder gathering phase. You guys seen I picked a cattail head. There are a few places where you can get some dry material. So once I have my tinder bundle ready to put together, we'll do the fire. I will show you every bit of tinder that I collect, and we'll do this. So anyhow, I just want you guys to get a pretty good idea of what these conditions are. This is going to be an all-natural tinder. There's no Vaseline, no cotton balls. It is just the things that I can find that are dry enough to give me a chance. And I gotta be honest with you, this could end up as a fail. But you learn from failure as much as you do every success. Every success builds confidence. Confidence makes you sloppy, and sloppy makes things not work. So when I get to the next source of tinder, I'll show you what it is. Alright, catch you in a minute. Where is he? Ah, there he is. Brother Crow. Alright, we are at my next tinder source. Right here. This is juniper. And this bark right there is what I'm after. Shit. Okay. I want this stuff that's underneath and pretty dry, like that. Believe it or not, that'll fluff out with those cattails. That will give me a pretty good, this is all wet. I can take that piece, I'll break this wet end off. I just got to be careful and not let that wet affect the rest of my bundle. Alright, so that is number 2. We'll see what else is dry and go from there. Alright, catch you in a minute. Okay, this is one that I was really hoping for. The inner paper bark out of this cottonwood tree. The only problem is I can't reach that. I can't reach that. And there's really nothing on the ground. I do know of another one farther up the trail, and I will see if I can get into that. But you can tell this was a wet, heavy snow. Branches down, fucking everything is soaked. And we'll just see how this works out. Here's some more cottonwoods, but the pieces I need out here on the end that are dead are not happening. So anyhow, we will carry on. All right, catch you in a minute. All right, so I got lucky. I found a spot here where I am going to pick up some of these red pine needles. Now they're wet, but when I get my tripod set up and everything, I will show you the way I carried all of my tinder. It is not going to dry these out, but it might help dry them off enough to where they will combust anyway. So just a handful. So that's number 3. And I will catch you here in a minute when we get to the next one. This tinder bundle is the most important part of it. If my tinder bundle is good enough, it can dry out the small stuff I want to put on as it burns. The heat will dry it out a little bit. So that's why the tinder bundle, it's everything with this fire. All right, catch you in a minute. All right, finally, let's see. Right there we go. Right there is my 4th tinder. And that feels good, dry. So now let's go make a fire. What I've got to do, I'm walking along a creek, and so not only am I dealing with the elements, I'm dealing with nature's humidity. Holy shit, that's like the 4th tree I've seen that's been knocked over. Huh. Anyhow, here's the creek, and what I'm going to do is try and find me a halfway dry spot, because there's not going to be a dry spot. I'm going to set up my tripod, and we are going to process all the tenders and see how it works out. Anyhow, I will fire this up once I'm all set up. Okay, so right there is my tinder bundle, and let me see if I can do this. I want to show you guys where I stored everything. Tucked everything just inside my vest. Okay, here's my cattail, pine needles, all of that. Now I'm going to have to kind of haul ass through this because all of everything fallen out of the trees. Let me see something. I feel like Robert Redford when he was there we go. You know what? Let me turn this around. That way I can see it from down below. Okay. Now, the first thing I've got this bark. That is my this big piece of bark down here on the bottom. That's my it's not dry by any means, but that's my base. Then I want this pulled apart as well as I can. I don't know if this is going to work, guys. My bark is, I can feel the moisture in it. Okay. Now my cottonwood. What I'm trying to do is build this in a stage. I want it as porous and susceptible to my spark as I can get. Pine needles, they're all mixed up in that as well. My wood's wet. It was a bitch trying to find anything remotely. I mean, you can see the way that's gumming together. This is not a good thing. So what I want here is my cattail. Okay, I'm gonna break that, and then all that fluff is going inside it. And this is where I'm hoping that it works out. Like I say, there is absolutely no guarantee this is going to work. I hope it works. I'm not sure if I've ever had a fire video fail on me. Okay, so there's my cattail fluff. I used about that much of it. And now what I want to do is I want to build a pretty good nest. Whew. Shit. I'm going to use a Coghlan's. I have a Friendly Swede and I have a Coghlan's. Both of them. I carry these all the time. If the Coghlan gives me any shit, I'm going to use the Friendly Swede. Ooh. Okay, let me see. Oh man, it's that wet. Try something. Flares up and then it just goes right out. So let's see something here. I don't even know if this will light with the lighter. Too wet. Ain't gonna go, guys. Well, so there's a fail. It goes to show that it does not matter how good you shit. It doesn't matter how good you are. Sometimes conditions just might not allow it. This is how come I always use the red pine bough. Now if I would have been smart, I would have kept my pine needles back, tried to light my pine needles, put those in there. We can try that. Let's see. Let's see how that will work. Yeah, my bird's nest is wet. All right. Shit. Well, at least we got smoke that time. Okay, let me see here. You guys see the moisture in that? That's just from when I sat it down. I mean, shit, it isn't wanting to, it ain't wanting to work. When that happens, there's not a whole lot you can do about it, you know? Just hope for the best. Let's try. Okay. I don't know how this is going to pan out. It ain't. Shit. That just soaked everything I just did. So what did I learn? I learned I would have to do a hell of a lot better prep. If I could find anything halfway dry, I would have to maybe try, I don't know. I've never not had a fire, so this is kind of a blow to my ego just a little bit here. But it is pretty good to be humbled. I don't care who it is. There are just some times when it doesn't work out. Alright, catch you later.